Welcome, wanderer, to abyss of horror where mysteries don't whisper, they scream. You found your way into the depths, where reality unravels and truth cowers in the shadows. Tonight I ask you one simple question. What terrifies you more, the monsters we invent, or the ones we cannot explain? We'll venture through three of the most haunting, true mysteries ever recorded. Stories not born of fantasy, but of absence, of people vanishing, of men dying with eyes shielded from the unknown, of corpses that speak in riddles. So dim the lights. Silence your breath and descend with me. Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. It was the early hours of March 8, 2014. Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 lifted off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport. On board, 239 people, mothers, fathers, children, destined for Beijing. 40 minutes into the journey, as the Boeing 777 approached the Vietnamese airspace, all civilian communications ceased. No mayday, no panic, just silence. Military radar would later reveal something sinister. MH370 had veered drastically off course. It banked westward across the Malay Peninsula, then south, over the endless black of the Indian Ocean. What happened next? We don't know. No confirmed contact, no wreckage for weeks. It was as if the plane had evaporated. The world was stunned. It triggered the most expensive and extensive search in aviation history. But for months, nothing. Then, a piece of a wing, a flaperon, washed ashore on Réunion Island, 3,800 kilometers from the suspected crash site. It belonged to MH370. More fragments followed, but never the fuselage, never the black boxes. How does a 200-ton machine just disappear? Speculation poured in. Was it pilot suicide? A hijacking? A cabin fire? Some even proposed military interception or the intervention of something unearthly. Investigators confirmed one terrifying fact. MH370 flew for nearly 7 hours after contact was lost. Someone or something was in control. To this day, we don't know where the plane rests. Families wait. Oceans keep secrets. Are you still with me? If your heart hasn't sunk into the sea, write the word vanish in the comments and subscribe to keep falling with us. The lead mass case. August 20th, 1966. Niterói, Brazil. A boy flying a kite atop Morro do Vintém discovered two corpses nestled in the tall grass. They were men lying on their backs. Both wore formal suits, raincoats, and lead masks. Crudely cut sheets molded to cover their eyes. No blood, no wounds, nothing to suggest violence. Police arrived to find something stranger. Near the bodies lay a notebook with a chilling entry. 1630 be at the determined place. 1830 ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals, await signal mask. Protect metals, await signal. Autopsies found no conclusive cause of death. There was no trace of poison, but toxicological analysis was incomplete. The capsules they reportedly ingested were never identified. The men were later identified: Miguel José Viana and Manuel Pereira da Cruz, two electronic technicians from Campos dos Goitacazes, friends, colleagues, known for dabbling in spiritualism and scientific mysticism. Some theorized they'd attempted to contact extraterrestrials or enter an altered state of consciousness. Their families confirmed that in the weeks prior, they'd purchased lead, tools to craft the masks, and made cryptic statements about a great revelation. Was it suicide? An experiment gone wrong? A ritual? No witnesses. No evidence of others present. And the masks? Why cover only the eyes? From what needed they shield their gaze? Their expressions, when found, were described as peaceful, as if they'd seen something glorious or utterly final. December 1st, 1948, Somerton Beach, Adelaide, Australia. A man lay slumped against a seawall, well dressed in a suit and polished shoes. No ID, no wallet. All labels on his clothing had been removed. He carried no obvious injuries. His body was unrecognizable. The autopsy revealed congestion in his brain, stomach, liver, suggesting poison. But no substance was found. His pupils were small, suggesting something artificial. But toxicologists were baffled. Then the case deepened. Weeks later, a small, hidden pocket was discovered sewn into the man's waistband. Inside was a tightly rolled scrap of paper with 2 words in ornate script. Tamam shud. It means, "It is ended" in Persian. That phrase comes from the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a collection of poems about life, fate, and mortality. Police scoured Adelaide for a matching book and found it in a man's car parked near the beach. In that copy was a handwritten code, a string of letters separated by lines, and a phone number leading to a woman named Justin. Justin claimed she didn't know the man, though she owned a copy of the same book. She had given it to a man named Alfred Boxall years before, who, it turned out, was still alive and had his copy. So who was the man on the beach? Some theories suggest he was a spy, silenced for reasons unknown. Others think he was a jilted lover, or a man escaping something darker. DNA testing in 2022 revealed he was likely Carl Charles Webb, an engineer and instrument maker. But the motive, the code, and the very reason he ended up dead on Somerton Beach, with poetry in his pants and no name to speak of, remains a puzzle. It was ended, but not explained. Three men, 3 stories. One vanished from the sky, leaving nothing but whispers in the waves. 2 shielded their eyes from something only they understood. One died with poetry in his pocket and secrets in his blood. These are not urban legends. They are facts, documented, investigated, unresolved. If you've stayed with us this far, let the darkness know. Comment the word shroud, like, subscribe, and follow us deeper into the void, because in the abyss of horror, the shadows remember. And tonight, they remember you.